Motor Speedway. They're lean, they're mean, they're 5 to 7 horses, a man and machine. They're 4 wide before they start to slip and slide. The Coast to Coast Racing League 350A Modifieds, Pro Late Models, and the 360 Sprint Cars. We're back at the Charlotte Motor Speedway, home of the World Finals, and all dirt roads lead to this place in just a few weeks from now. Thursday Night Thunder here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network as we get set for small block and big block action here throughout the night on Slide Job Racing Network and the Coast to Coast Racing Network. As always, we begin with our small block modifieds, the 358s, brought to you by our friends at Amity Construction Corporation. Well, we're so glad you could join us here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. I'm Marty Sakala with you. It's going to be a fun night tonight, that's for sure, as we kick off the second half of the season. Well, 6 races so far in the books, and we have 1 repeat winner in the 358s. That, of course, is Anthony Morano and the Magic Ant-Man with a big points lead on Trevor Giroux coming into tonight 410 to 363. In the big blocks, though, it is also Morano with 2 wins on the season, but also some more company. Isaac Salas with 2 wins on the year, and a win each from Sam Bachman and Scott Rayome. Morano this time with a 29-point lead on Michael Vitale. That's without the drops. And in fact, we'll talk more about the big blocks later on tonight. Well, we got a good car count here for 358 action as 21 drivers right now are with us, and we should get set to go for qualifying in just a moment. It's the second half of the season here in the 2024 fall calendar. As we get set to go, let's tell you a little bit more about the dirt track at Charlotte. 0.4 of a mile racetrack. Seating 14,000, 13 degrees of banking here in the corners. But when it comes to the modifieds, the racing is just absolutely outstanding because you've got multi-groove racing. Drivers can run the low line, middle line, even the top. Heck, I think we saw, I can't remember. I think it was the Renegades, though. Probably will be tough to do with open 358s, but we saw the drivers go 5 wide on Monday night, which was pretty crazy, to say the least. But you'll see some multi-groove racing, a lot of fun. Looking forward to a good show on this Thursday night. As we get set to go for qualifying, let's know who you're rooting for in the chat tonight as our friends are starting to hop on in. Thank you for joining us here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. We're looking at some drivers here on the track. We're going to take a look at Trevor Drew, the Philly Flyer in the 075, second quickest at a 15:48. Scott Rayome currently on the top of the charts. He is at a 15:467, followed by Anthony Morano, Randall Dixon, and Eddie Brissett. That is your current top 5 at the moment. Again, we'll get things going here in just a matter of moments. So I believe they are in the drivers' meeting right now as things stand. Once we get the drivers' meeting done, we'll get right to qualifying. Normally, our sessions begin at 7 p.m. And as always, if you're interested in joining the Coast to Coast Racing League, come on and join us. Come on to our website, C2CRL.com, and we've got the application on the home screen. Hit apply, and goes right to our Google form. So qualifying is just about set to go. 2 minutes for drivers to put up 2 good laps. We'll be keeping an eye out on positions 10 through 12 as we have 3 heats this evening. And of course, before heat races, we always invert the top 4. Everyone makes it into our feature tonight. Each feature is 30 laps. You'll see your favorite drivers pop up at the bottom of your screen. If it's green, it means they're working on their best lap. Purple means they're working on a pole lap, possibly. And if it's in the orange, that means they are slower in that sector. Of course, all the lap times will pop up on the top left on your screen. As we watch the man we call Superman because he looks like Matt Shepard make his way off of turn number 4. The lap times start to pop up. Trevor Drew sets the bar, 15:83. Sam Bachman to the top of the charts, the 15:80, until Jeff Barker says, I'll take her at a 15:78. Some pretty good lap times coming in here. Drew looking for a better lap time. Purple in Sector 2, but slow in Sector 1. Here comes Morano and Bachman and Barker across the line. Barker just barely slower on lap number 2, but also a 15:78. Here comes Sam Bachman in the checkered flag. Slower in lap number 2, goes 16:04. Salas is done with his lap. Alex Pomelo jumps up to 8th on lap number 1. 15:93 for the driver of the 397. Pomelo in the green in sector number 1. The Canadian not in the green in sector 2, so this will be close. Off to 15:94. Right now it's Michael Vitale, Bob DeGood, and Randall Dixon, your top drivers here. Not sure if Dylan Kinsey's going to make it to the start-finish line here in time. That will be tight, though, that's for sure. Only 1 lap he will put up. Gets it on in time, and that lap time goes 12th quick, 15:97. He'll start on the pole in Heat 3, but Jeff Barker is the quickest at a 15:780. So we're set to go for heat races for the Amity Construction Corps 358 Modifieds. Our first heat race of the night, as always, brought to you by Gambler Motorsports, proud partner of the Coast to Coast Race League and an official team of C2CRL. Here's how they line up. The jokester, Michael Vitale on pole position, the 213 to his outside, Brian Dickens in the 122. Row number 2, Slide Job Scott Rayome in the Slide Job Express number 4, and the Brewer to Beast, Jeff Barker in the 513. Row number 3, the Bandit, Randall Dixon in car number 011, and Chris Alvey in car 96. Rounding out the grid tonight, Armando Malgoza in the 531. A lot of those checking in already. Jason Butterfield, big C2CRL fan in the chat, as he always roots for his Venom Racing team. He's got no drivers to root for here in Heat 1, but I believe we'll have drivers in Heat 2 and as well as Heat 3. Well, the winner tonight starts on pole position here for our 30-lap feature. That's always how our first heat race of the night goes. Everyone transfers onto the feature. If we had over 24 tonight, it would normally be top 4 drivers transferring. Here we go. We're green for heat race number 1. Tally gets away with a good jump. Brian Dickens still second. Rayome third. Barker fourth. And Randall Dixon, that's the top 5. Rayome peaks underneath, but Dickens' great corner exit may have a chance for the race lead on Vitale, but the Jokester leads the opening lap. Rayome sends it deep into turn number 1. Thought about going 2 for 1, but still Dickens and Vitale door-to-door for the lead into turn number 3. Ooh, Dickens leaning on the door of Vitale as the Jokester hangs on. Here comes Rayome, peeking the nose underneath, sending it 3 wide for the race lead. A little bit of contact between second and third. Everybody keeping her straight. More door banging once and twice. There they go, and a hard crash for both. And our Malgoza collected in it. That was a violent sledgehammer hit for Dickens as that car just completely stopped. So that puts Vitale out in front. Barkers moves up to second. Dickens third, Alvey fourth. But I'm sure Dickens and Rayome won't be too pleased with each other. That's for that. I don't believe they'll be sending out holiday cards anytime soon. Dickens just trying not to give up that lane. Rayome is there, and like that, that's a pretty easy door slam right there. It just cost both of them big time. All of our replays here tonight brought to you by Malcolm's Mills Mill Riding. We continue to watch the race for second. Randall Dixon, high, wide, and handsome, moves up to the runner-up spot. And Chris Alvey looks to take away P3. Right now it is still Michael Vitale out in front. We'll have 1 lap to go in that Vitale Motorsports 213 machine. Eight-tenths of a second lead on Randall Dixon. As long as he doesn't run out of fuel or make any mistakes, he'll take the win in Heat 1, and that's the case. Vitale sees the checkers. He starts on pole tonight. Dixon second, Barker third, Alvey fourth, Rayome fifth, Dickens sixth, and Malgoza seventh. As everyone's just giving each other high fives. We now move on to heat race number 2, brought to you by Regency Home Inspection, proud partner of Brian Lawson and the Venom Racing team. On the pole, Bob DeGood in car number 7. Next to him, it's Alex Pavolo in the 397. Row number 2, Superman Kurt Schatzer in the 218, and Sam Bachman in the 107. Row number 3, Eddie Brissett in the 015, and Gavin Chatham in car 99. Rounding out the grid, Brandon Templeton. But no call from him. I don't believe we'll see him maybe until feature time tonight, possibly. Let me double check that. Nope, not sure what's going on with B-Temp in that 31, but hopefully we see him in our feature, as it sounds like he may have disconnected after entering in. Anyway, second heat race set to go. Winner starts the outside of the front row next to Michael Vitale as we're underway for Heat 2. Everyone's still double file off the corner. DeGood looking to get the nose out in front. Already has Alex Pomelo clear as he slides up the hill. Pomelo looks to cross over. Jets thought about looking for the 2-for-1 special, but can't do it. Wants to play it safe than sorry. May have seen what happened back in heat race number 1. Pomelo, though, in that 397, looking for the race lead on Bob DeGood, and he's got it into turn number 3 and 4. Edges out DeGood at the line by about 100th of a second. Remember as well, no caution flags in heat races. So it doesn't matter whether a wreck happens or not. You're going from green to checkers. Meanwhile, Sam Bachman looks to thread the needle here. Underneath DeGood for second. Ooh, look how sideways he gets. Caught a handful there in that 107. Great save from Bachman. I think Schatzer may have lifted off of that. The 218 is down to 6th. Halfway home here, 4 up and 4 down. As you look at this pack going around Charlotte at just over 100 miles an hour. Bachman, only driver downstairs, nearly hits the Torrey Powder Donut in turns number 1 and 2. Chatham trying to get the top side to work. He started back in 6th. He is making it work, already up 3 positions into 3rd. Now looking for a run on DeGood for 2nd, but the 7 shuts the door right in his face. Chatham trying to burn the top off here. Pablo, though, still your race leader by 0.2 of a second on Bob DeGood. A great exit for the 397. Whoa, Schatzer up in a Bachman, and a lot of neck coat between him and Eddie Brissett. So Bachman starts from the rear. Man, we're seeing some really good contenders, especially at the FTM stable, starting from the back of this one tonight. But in Heat 2, the advantage to Alex Pomelo. Up 0.3 of a second. Alex Pomelo, your winner in Heat 2. The battle for second. DeGood edges out Chatham by about 400ths. Schatzer 4th, Brissett 5th, Bachman in 6th. One more heat race left to go. This is brought to you by Maurer Farm Management. Here's a look at the starting lineup. Dylan Kinsey on pole position, DK in the 639. Next to him, the Magic Ant-Man, Anthony Morano in the 32. Row number 2, it's Slide Job, Isaac Salas, the 5, and the Philly Flyer, Trevor Giroux in the 75. Final row tonight, Randy Shreves of the 56. Next to him, Gary Singlecal in the 25. Actually, correction, one more row behind them, Michael Vecchio in the 247. 3 Venom drivers, 2 FDM drivers. Then we have a Justified and independent driver in the F56. I can't remember what team Randy Shreves is on. There we go, LGR Motorsports. I should know, I've been following him for a while. Kim checking in, rooting for Isaac. Hoping we see Gramps in just a little bit. Maybe the same with Kelsey. Of course, Monday night, Isaac took the win in the Open Setup 358 Modifieds. Always kicks off Monday Night Madness. Lasales comes in with a possible slight advantage in the Venom Racing Super Dirt Car Series machine. No call for Vecchio on the grid, so it will be 6 drivers taking the grid in Heat 3. Again, this heat brought to you by Maurer Farm Management, proud sponsor of our Retreads division on Tuesday night. The FTM boys bring us to green. Heat 3's on. Salas wasting no time, looking for the Kmart 2-for-1 discount special. That doesn't work, though. Peeks underneath Morano for that runner-up spot. Salas does the typical Salas send into 3. But it won't work this time. Slight contact between Nerf bars off the 5 and the 639, but it's Kinsey Ladies lap 1. Salas with a mega slide job with neck code. Are we 4 wide? Oh my goodness, we are. A neck code 4 wide. Morano and Giroux made slight contact. Everybody keeps their straight from right now. Kinsey edges out Salas for the 2nd position. Kins almost slid up into Salas. Man, the 2 men at Oswego, there may be some bad blood now at Charlotte as Kinsey slide jobs his teammate in Murano. I'm just kidding, by the way. These two are good friends. Salas underneath on DK. Drew trying to be a factor. Randy Shreves also wanted to be a factor as well. 5 cars under a blanket for the top spot. Murano slide jobs the 639. 3 wide again for the lead. Kinsey hanging on for right now. Halfway home for it before down in heat race number 3. Oh, issue with Trevor Drew. He may have hit the Tory tire. As I saw, no yaw from him. Going into the corner, let's take a look. Did he hit it? Yo, big time. Destroyed the left front. There we saw Michael Vecchio start for the back tonight. And our feature, meanwhile, Murano trying once again. Salas for second as well at the same time. 2 laps to go in heat 3. Murano takes the race lead away from Salas. Here's another Salas send for the race lead, and he's got it. The Salsa man back out in front, but Murano takes the line away in the corner. White flag flies this time. 1 lap remaining in heat race number 2. The 2 come to blows again. And now look at Randy Shreves. Salas adds a lot of contact. His car may be done. I think he was done. Off at turn 2. This is the battle for the heat win. Murano or Kinsey. Contact given to the 32. Shreves steals second at the end after Kinsey gets sideways. Oh, man, what a finish. Should say what a race as a whole. Man, that may be the best heat of the night. Alrighty, we will step aside, take our first break of the night. When we come back, it's our 358 feature right here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Warm-ups continue here at Charlotte. Isaac Salas the quickest at 15.814. Dylan Kinsey second at 15.93. Randall Dixon third, 15.95. Sam Bachman fourth, 15.98. Same with Brian Dickens also at a 15.98. Megan checking in, rooting for the Venom and FTM clan. That's for sure. Megan, I'm not gonna lie, it feels so weird seeing Megan. But Dean's not driving. Where is Dino tonight anyway? Is he, let's see, what's today? Thursday, so the Crunch aren't playing. Because I know he's a season ticket holder for that. That or he's already off to Charlotte for the World Short Track Championships. I don't know. May have to do some digging here. By the way, Megan, happy birthday from 4 days ago. Alrighty. We are set to go for our first feature of the night. Let's meet the field and give you the RSN trackside starting lineup. On the pole, Michael Vitale, the jokester, in the 213. Next to him, Alex Pomelo in the 397. Row number 2, the Magic Ant-Man, Anthony Morano in the 32. And the Bandit, Randall Dixon in the 011. Row 3, Bob DeGood in car number 7. And Randy Shreves in the 56. Row number 4, the Brute to Beats, Jeff Barker in the 513. And Gavin Chatham in the 99. Rounding out the top 10 tonight, Dylan Kinsey in the 639. And Chris Salvi in the 96. Row 7, the Superman, Kurt Schatzer in the 218. And Slide Job, Isaac Salas in the 5. Row number 7, Scott Rayome, Slide Job Scotty in the 444. And Eddie Brissett in the 015. Row 8, Gary Stiglcow in car 25. Next to him, Brian Dickens in the 122. Row number 9, it's Sam Bachman in the 107. And the Philly Flyer, Trevor Drew in the 75. Final row tonight, we've got Armando Di Malgosa in the 531. Actually, our final row is Michael Vecchio in the 247, as we have no call from Brandon Templeton to grid. Schatzer moving over to the back tonight as we get set to go for our first feature. My pick to win in this one, I think it's going to be Anthony Morano. Will make his way past both Pomelo and Vitale and take it home. So Steve King Foundation pace car already on pit road. 20 drivers set to take the green here for 30 laps. First time tonight that it's time to shake and bake. Here at the 358 Modifieds. That's the jokester next to one of 2 Canadians in the field. Already here. All dirt roads lead to Charlotte. Time to get it on with the 358s. Flatline Racing Bodies, green flag out for 30 laps. Look out! Man, Randy Shreves had to left and Gavin Chatham got on the brakes heavy. We were 5 wide once again in turn 4. Who would have had on the bingo card have it twice as Bachman hits the Uke tire? If you did, go play the Mega Millions tomorrow night or whenever the next jackpot is. One driver off the pace. I think it's Malgosa up the wall. Oh, that was actually Brian Dickens' correction. Well, we haven't even focused who's out in front. It's Vitale leading. Pomelo and Morano battling for the second spot. Door to door off the corner, and the Ant-Man moves up to P2. Pomelo, though, very good on corner exit. He's trying to fight back. Randall Dixon, Jeff Barker racing for the 4th spot as well. Ooh, man, Randy Shreves just barely having to left after he almost got squished between Dylan Kinsey and Bob DeGood. That's the battle for 6th. Remember, fixed setup, so drivers all racing with the same equipment here. Oh, look at that mega sender from Dylan Kinsey. Pulled off the slider on Bob DeGood. The 7, though, able to crisscross. Pomelo losing some ground as well. It's 3 wide for 3rd for just a moment with Dixon in the middle. The Bandit, though, playing it safe than sorry. Six laps complete in this one. It's still Michael Vitale out in front by 1/4 of a second, 3/10 of a second rather, on Anthony Morano. Morano downstairs while Vitale up top, using up that right rear on the gas first compared to the rest. Barker trying to grab that bottom step of the podium from Alex Pomelo. Can the 513 get it? Not sure just yet. Meanwhile, Morano underneath for the race lead on Vitale. Can the Magic Ant-Man do it? No, Vitale clears by a car length. Kinsey ripping the lip up in 1 and 2 as you see a cushion formed on the high side in the first set of corners. Meanwhile, Vitale gets a little bit tight. Morano with an opening underneath. Pulled up to the quarter panel there across the start-finish line. As we're just about a third of the way through. We pull up the 5-lap average for the first time tonight, and it'll update after lap number 10. Best car on the racetrack, that's 6:39. Kinsey in the 5th spot. He started back in 9th and is your second biggest mover of the race so far. Morano, clearly a better race car than Vitale. You're on board with the 32. Remember, he loves to use the low line in these modifies. Shows you why he's the points leader on the season, just how good he is. Nearly clips the Uke tire in turn 1. Is trying to get up to that 213. Meanwhile, DK looking for more spots. This is for 4th. Gets past Randall Dixon and Jeff Barker. Your biggest mover of the race, though, is up 5 spots. He is running in 13th. That's Trevor Giroux. Starting 18th. Next opponent, Chris Salvi for 12th. We are still keeping our eyes up near the front. Vitale leading by now 0.4 of a second on Morano. Biggest lead he has had so far tonight. Pablo wants to get involved in this too. It's a 3-man horse race. Pablo exploring all his options in the 397. Meanwhile, we're 3 wide again for the 5th spot. Shreves, Dixon, and Barker going at it. Nearly 4 wide this time if Kinsey got a little bit too high. This time by halfway home, 15 up and 15 down. Vitale's led all 15 of them so far. That lead's still at 0.4 of a second. That's right on board the Bandits. He tries to get up to Randy Shreves. A couple weeks ago won his first ever Renegades race on a Monday night. Kinsey with a run on Pablo for 3rd. Slide job from Kinsey. You bet. 6:39 out, now up 6 spots into 3rd, but Pablo tries to counter it back with a slider of his own. Remember, Charlotte's one of those tracks that's known as Slide Job City. Just take the queen away from it, and you got it. Morano again nearly hitting the Uke tire, even trying to use the grass as options. He had a great 1 and 2 compared to Vitale. Taking a look at the last 5 laps, show you that Vitale's better in 3 of the last 5, but when we come across the line this time, you can see Vitale has the sleight of hand though. Nerf bar to Nerf bar for the race lead. Isaac Solis with a slider of his own, looking for 6th on Dixon. Man, I tell you, Morano is throwing everything but the kitchen sink at Vitale for this top spot. I think he may be cooling his car down like he's charging up that ERS battery. If they had those in 358 racing. 10 laps remaining here in a thriller of a feature. And look at Dylan Kinsey. He is up to the top 2 for the race lead. Again, he started 9th in this feature. All the way up to 3rd. DK is cooking in that 6:39. How bad does he want it, or does he want Morano to extend the points lead? We'll just have to see. Kinsey 10th in the points, needing a win badly. 8 laps to go. A look at the Chapman Racing drone and the 5-lap average. The FTM cars both a lot better than Vitale. Morano with a great 1 and 2. Can he take the lead from Vitale? Not just yet. He could go for with a slide job. Vitale looks on the gas. New leader, the 32 out in front. Kinsey threads the needle for the race lead. And Vitale tries to fight back. Contact between the teammates. There may have been some neck code as well at the same time. 6 laps to go for Morano. No quit though in the 213. Kinsey tries to shoot the gap, but it closes up. Oh, we got a caution. Damn it. That was one of those moments where you wanted that to go caution-free, just like it did on Monday night. Chris Alvey and Eddie Brissett. Here's a look at what happened to the 96 of Alvey. Was there contact? Up, he got the wall. Whoa, what a wild ride for Alvey. Up on his noggin, grinding it up on the fence. That is definitely not the yellow you want if you're Michael Vitale, though. As he right on board. Brissett in the best look he's ever had at a roof. but may not be the yellow you want if you're Vitali. Because Morano is really good when he restarts as the leader. We all know Morano and Kinsey both very good. Vitali in that 213, though, has 2 career wins in coast to coast. That all came in open 350 action at Kern Raceway and Knoxville. The jokester looking for his first ever win on a Thursday night, though. 5 fingers in the air from Barney when we come back to green. 5 laps to go. All restart single file for the rest of the race, despite it being our first caution, as we have under 10 laps to go. Morano, the control car for this restart, and he fires away perfectly. Vitali following the race leader for right now, as they're all jockeying for position 3 and 4 wide. A lot of contact mid-pack. 4 laps to go between your top 2. A lot of drivers getting aggressive, sending it in. You saw Vitali was a little bit lower on the racetrack compared to Morano. 3 laps to go. Morano pushes up tight a little bit. Does this open up the door for the 213? Possibly. Yes, he does. Morano middle groove. And Vitali down in Mama's basement. With Kinsey looking to become a factor if the top 2 come to blows. 2 sticks in the air. 2 laps to go. And your top 2 tantalizingly close for the top spot. Vitali with a set for a moment. Has to look for a moment. That helps out Morano get back on the gas first. Kinsey just pushing that 32. The top 2 touch. Kinsey looking for grip. 4 laps to go. Your top 3 duking at it. That time it was Vitali out in front of the line. Will he take it up the checkers? He's got the slider line, though, into turns number 3 and 4. Tries to send it on Morano. The 32 counters it back. Side by side of the checkered flag. Oh, my goodness. It was that close. Our scoring says Vitali. Oh, my goodness. Vitali by 14 thousandths of a second. Oh, baby. First ever win on a Thursday night for the jokester. And he pulled a lot of tricks up his sleeve on the FTM boys, that's for sure. We need to watch that again from the aerial shot. Oh my goodness. Now this is coming to the white flag here. Kinsey had a left. If Morano opens up the lane, it's 3 wide for the lead, and we're likely talking about Kinsey possibly in victory lane here. But this is where Morano gets really good. Has a perfect diamonded corner in turns 3 and 4 as Vitali gets tight, and then just look at how close this is coming to the line. See, that from that perspective, that looks like it's Morano. Gonna have to rewind this a little bit. But right here from the aerial shot, you can tell Vitali barely had the nose out in front. Again, it was that close. Unbelievable. So obviously Kinsey 3rd, Pomelo 4th, Schatzer 5th. Trevor Giroux, your biggest mover, up 10 spots to finish 8th. Great run from him tonight. Only 1 caution in the 358s, but these big blocks, man, they got a lot of work to do to try and match how the 358s raced their heart out tonight. Oh my. All right, so we're waiting on Dylan Kinsey. So while we wait on Kinsey, we're not gonna waste any time. Oh, actually, hold the phone. Kinsey's headset is broken. I'm sorry. No mic. Thank you, Anthony, for the DM, by the way. And you know what? We'll bring him in right now. So we'll talk with Morano in second. Thank you for the message, by the way. Oh my goodness!
Yeah, absolutely.
You did everything you had to for that win. It looked like you had it at the line for just a moment from what we saw in real time. Was there anything else that you could have done?
No, that was that was a hell of a race, wasn't it? Damn.
That was a hell of a race, without question.
I had to work for that everything I could on that one. I still couldn't get it. So hats off to Mike. He ran a great race. That was impressive and a lot of fun. That was a whole lot of fun.
Did you feel like when we got to that restart that it was going to be all you for the rest of this one? Because it seems like at Charlotte, once you get in the clean era on a restart, you pretty much pull away or not really with these fixed setups.
That's a little more difficult than the fixed. And Mike timed that restart perfect. I fired and he was already on it. So there was nothing more I could have done on that one. That was, you got that generalized, you get that one lap of freedom as the leader. And I got maybe half a corner out of it, so it didn't work out too good for me.
Well, hey, a great run, extending the points lead. Who do you want to give shout-outs to?
I got to thank my wife, Sherry, the boys at FTM. Again, congratulations to Mike. It was a hell of a race. Dean, Super Air Car, Logan at Highland Lens, Gunner at Swan Speed Shop, MDI TV, Bowman's Design, DJ Sim Shop, Castleberry Flagstone, Expert Insulation. Marty, you for doing a broadcast over here at Coast to Coast.
Well, great job tonight, and best of luck in the big block race.
Thank you, sir.
So Anthony Morano, your second place finisher. But now we go to Victory Lane to talk with your winner, Michael Vitale. Michael, you've won 2 races on a Monday night in the past and open 358s, but it's your first one on a Thursday night, and that was not easy to take. And how's that one feel to earn it that way?
I tell you, it feels real good because it definitely wasn't easy. It was knuckle all the way through. White knuckle the whole way through.
Knuckles all the way through, that's for sure. Did you feel like you had the one in turn number 3 because going into turn 3? Because you had the advantage where you could possibly have thrown the slider in on Morano and call ball game.
Yeah, I'm not the greatest at sliders, and I by no means would I want to, accidentally do something stupid. And if he was up there, I mean, I was focused forward. I wasn't looking behind me, and I just said, you know what, I'm gonna tuck it down here. And I mean, the only way to beat Anthony is on the bottom because he's so good down there. So I knew on that restart that I needed to go to the bottom and get him on the bottom.
How in the world were you able to do that as well? Especially because you just mentioned. This is a guy that loves the bottom, and when the track comes to life downstairs, he takes the lead and doesn't hold back.
Well, I knew if I can get under there and I could hold it clean, Anthony wasn't going to pinch me. I mean, he's a clean driver, so I just knew if I got my nose in there, I was going to get the respect, and that's what happened. I mean, he gave me the respect, gave me the line once I earned it, and we went from there.
Well, I know you're going to be enjoying this one for a while, that's for sure, even with a big block race coming up. Who do you want to give shout-outs to?
I want to give a shout out to my wife for letting me do this day in and day out. Billy Roberts, my teammate over at Gears Unlimited. Jake and Randy, my teammates as well. You guys for putting us on Coast to Coast, for giving us a place to run week in and week out. And I just want to put a shout out to my brother who's racing in real life this week over at Eastern States Weekend. So I want to wish him a lot of luck out there.
Who's your brother?
Anthony Vitale.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
So
yeah. He's running out there as sportsman this weekend, so lots of luck to him.
Gotcha. So, well, hey, we're wishing him all the best, that's for sure, at Orange County. But, hey, this is all about you right now. Congratulations. Enjoy this win. Best of luck in the big blocks. Enjoy it. You definitely deserve this one.
I appreciate it, brother.
Michael Vitale, the winner, again, had 2 prior wins in Monday Night Madness. That happened on March 18th and April 22nd. At Kevin Harvick's Kern Raceway in Knoxville. Step aside, take our first break of the night. When we come back, we've got the big blocks of the Coast to Coast Racing Network. it's time for another edition of RSN Trackside, powered by Bob Johnson Auto Group on Rock Sports Network. Gets on the champion, trying to be a bit of a
hiatus, so let's get. Tonight we talked about it.
Outpouring of love was amazing. These dollars had come together to support us, and we realized no, we didn't want to use them for us. We wanted to use them to help others.
The foundation has done so much for so many people. It helps any family that has somebody, whether it be a crew member or one of the drivers, that get hurt. We can help them to get through the situation.
I was injured in a non-wing sprint car accident that broke my neck and left me with a spinal cord injury. I was in the hospital 8 months, and that got really, really expensive, so having that extra help to help push me and my family forward was a big deal.
I was involved in a pretty gnarly sprint car crash. Found out my brain was swelling and bleeding. Pelvic bone was broken. I had 2 cracked vertebrae on my back, and I was in the ICU a little over a week. The Steve King Foundation reached out to my parents. We received a donation from them. Immediately they started me on what's called neurofeedback, and insurance did not cover the neurofeedback appointments. So we received another donation from the Steve King Foundation. It really helped a lot, and I just want to say thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart to the Steve King Foundation for everything that they have done for me. This last Sunday, I got to turn laps in my modified here. That was my first laps back in a race car since the accident, and I truly believe that if it wasn't for the Steve King Foundation, I wouldn't be able to do that or be where I'm at today.
Yes, Steve's death is the reason the foundation exists, but it's Steve's life, and it's the lives of racers everywhere, is the reason we're able to do the work we do.
Welcome back to the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Good look at Charlotte overhead as the big blocks are set to come to life here. Welcome you back here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Mark Scala with you. Was that fun or what, that 358 race? Oh my goodness, that did not disappoint one bit. So, big blocks are set to roar here. Our big blocks brought to you by our friends at Justified AMR. And we are looking forward to seeing how this one plays out. Right now, 20 drivers with us here. If we take a look at the practice times, we should have our drivers meeting beginning. I think the drivers meeting is already underway, so we should get going with racing in just a moment. Scott Rayome currently the quickest at a 15:37, followed by Anthony Morano at a 15:42. Trevor Giroux third, 15:43. Sean Green fourth, 15:45. And Gavin Chatham currently fifth at a 15:46. Getting a look here at Terry Landis, the Desert Team in the 161, getting set to go. Landis for that Yoo-Hoo run. I am so glad that is a regular paint scheme for him once again. Obviously during like the special races, he'll bring it back for a once-in-a-lifetime thing, but hey, I'm glad it's back on a regular basis now. I think everyone's glad to see it back. Again, if you just joined us, let us know who you're rooting for our big block race in just a matter of moments. There's a look at Scott Rayom, currently the quicker driver in the FTM Express number 4 ride. And look who else is out there as well in that 84. The big dog back with us tonight, Ryan Beagle. So glad that he is starting to become a regular face of Coast to Coast after his year at Oshweek Speedway has come to a close. We got some other drivers here. Sean Green, the 271, fourth quickest at the moment. Nice job from him so far. So you can see drivers getting a good idea of how to master the top, as appears to be the groove to go at right now. Gavin Chatham, sixth quickest. Looks to be fifth quickest at a 15:46. Was very surprised not to see Chatham run in the top 5 earlier on in action. Bob DeGood, good qualifying run for him in 3:58s, running in 9th right now, 15:54. Get a good idea how the side-by-side action goes. There's Vitale coming off that 3:58 wing, currently 12th. At a 15:56 as things stand. Randall Dixon putting up his first lap. And 16:16. Obviously, his times will likely be off compared to everyone else. Of course, his first laps are coming in with the track already slickened up. Everyone else on a tacky track. We're on board for a couple laps with Anthony Morano. Now, while we wait to get things started here, I think this gives us an opportunity to talk with some of the drivers we have in here with us tonight. And, you know, I guess we'll start by talking with the Brewerton Beast, Jeff Barker. Barker, it's Marty up in the booth to get a copy.
Hi, Marty.
Hey, man, while we're waiting for qualifying to start, figured to bring you on in. How you feeling right now with the modifieds here? You look like you were really good in heat races. I know you finished second, taking advantage of a crash, but started up front. But how are you feeling with this car at the moment as the 8th fastest driver right now?
Oh, good, good. I'm better with the big block than I am with the small block anyway, so I feel good going into this one. It should be all right.
What do you feel makes you better with more power compared to a 358?
If I knew the answer, I'd be a lot better at the 358. I don't know. I'm just, once this car, you got to pedal it a lot, and I haven't quite got the pedaling on the 358 right yet, and I got this one down better.
Gotcha. All right, I see. Well, hopefully we get things going on a little bit soon, and hopefully we see you on the podium in this one.
Okay, thanks.
So that is the Birds and Beasts, Jeff Barker, getting set to go here with action. I'll tell you what, let's bring in the let's talk to the guy that's currently third quickest on track. Let's bring in the Philly Flyer, Trevor Giroux. Trevor, Marty in the booth, you got a copy.
I got you, Marty.
Alrighty, man. How you feeling with this hot rod? You looked really good in the 358 feature, biggest mover of that race, and now you're third quickest on the charts.
Yeah, feeling good jumping into these big blocks here. It's a good change going from the 358s here to the big blocks, you know, and hoping to rebound from the 358s there. Kind of got ourselves to the back there in the heat race and managed to, I think, finish 8th. So we'll definitely take that, but feeling really good in these big blocks.
I just asked Jeff if because he says he's better with more power on the race car. Why is that from your perspective?
For me, it's kind of one of those things where the big block or the 358s, you kind of it's I won't say it's flat foot, but these cars take a lot more throttle control. So I personally find that I'm a lot better at controlling it in the big blocks, where you know you have a lot more maneuverability. You can with all this power, you can run the top, you can run the bottom. You know, even when the bottom may not be there. Yeah, it's just one of those things that the extra power helps a lot.
Yeah, you know, I'm not going to lie myself. Before we had this new tire update and I was pretty good with a big block, I felt like I was much better than that because of the throttle control. Could do it better than anyone else. So, but, alrighty, man, looks like we're going qualifying. Good luck out there. Tell Isaac because I said hi.
Will do, Marty. Thanks.
Didn't want to have Isaac left out. In fact, I was probably going to bring him in here if we had some time before qualifying. But here we go with 2-minute time trials. First driver will watch his slide job. Isaac Salas brought the red and yellow Super Dirt Car Series paint scheme. Again, see the lap times pop up on your screen. I think Salas may... We'll see if he can get a quick time here, and we'll watch him on lap number 1, as there are some drivers in front of him that are already working on their first lap at the moment. Appears to be the first driver that will set the bar is Chris Alvey. Nope, actually, check that will be Bob DeGood in the number 7. DeGood's first lap time goes 16:06 as the lap times start to come in. Alvey second, 16:16. Salas goes quick time at a 15:77. Joseph Grandy currently second, 15:79. Dylan Kinsey, though, quicker at a 15:7. Here comes Grandy off of turn 4 in the green in sector 2. Is it good enough? No. 15:86. But how about Kinsey? And that 6:39 was in that battle for the win. His second lap time is off the just barely. His lap time, though, 15:6.99. 800ths better than the rest of the field. Here comes Ryan Beagle off of turn 4. 6th quickest on lap 1. 15:84. Second lap, 16:01. Michael Vitale, 6th quickest now at a 15:83. Going across the line 11th, 15:91. One more lap here for the jokester. Orange in sector number 1. Final sector here is in the green. Is it good enough, though? It's not. 15:85 on lap 2. 10 seconds left here in qualifying. Gavin Chatham is done with qualifying, I believe it is. Here comes Alex Pomelo, gets his lap up in time. And it's better 14th, 15:95. So Kinsey the quickest. Giroux, Goldner, and Dixon are your 3 drivers that will have the pole for each of the 3 heat races. So we're good to go here with heat race number 1, brought to you by Gambler Motorsports. And here's how they line up. The Philly Flyer, Trevor Giroux on the pole, the 075. Next to him, the big dog, Ryan Beagle in the 84. The Canadians are leading this pack. The rest of them, Americans. Row number 2, Jeff Barker, the Brewer to Beast in the 513. And Dylan Kinsey in the 639. Row number 3, the Magic Ant-Man, Anthony Morano in the 32. And Gavin Chatham in the 99. Final row tonight, Chris Salvi in car 96. And Michael Vecchio in the 247. There's Dino checking in. Just watched the finish of that one and said, what a race. Ah, now I see what you're up to tonight, Dino. I won't explain what he's doing, but now I see. He just sent me a snap of all that's going on. Anyway, set for Heat 1, winner on pole tonight for our 30-lap feature. The Canadians bringing the rest of the field to green. Here we go. Good jump for Giroux as Kinsey and Beagle battle for second. Look at Dylan Kinsey trying to thread the needle 3 wide for that runner-up spot. We know Giroux leads lap number 1. Who is second at the line? Give it to Kinsey over the big dog of the Brewer to Beast. DK thought about sliding up there on Beagle. Unable to get that to work, though, off of 2. The big dog already plowing at the top, even loses some time. You saw Morano had to send it in deep just a little bit. Looks like he's dealing with some neck code for right now. Still 3 wide for second. All this allowing Giroux to pull away for just a little bit. On board with the big dog. Kinsey, quickest driver on track, 1581. Was he quicker that time? Yes, he was. 1577 to Giroux's 1579. The ladder up in the wall, and here comes the Brewerton Beast. Barker looking for third on Beagle. Kinsey, meanwhile, pulls up to the door of Giroux for the race lead. We're halfway home for it before now. Still 3 wide for that third position, though. Morano contact with Barker for just a moment. Morano, slide job on Barker, you bet. The Magic Ant-Man goes 2 for 1, nearly puts Barker in the wall. Beagle trying to fight back. What do you watch? The battle for the lead, the battle for third with 2 to go. Remember that battle for leads for the pole position tonight. Kinsey with a run low on Giroux. That 639 is trying to pull off the magic trick successfully with what Morano tried to do in the feature of the 358s. Here he goes downstairs for the race lead. Slide job, Kinsey. He keeps the lane to Giroux. Was that his final shot at it, though? Kinsey with one last send. Giroux back on the gas first. The Philly Flyer wins Heat 1's on pole. Morano third, Beagle fourth, Barker fifth, Chatham sixth, Alvey seventh, and Vecchio eighth. Hearing that Vecchio crashed after 2 laps. So Trevor Giroux, your Heat 2, Heat 1 winner. So we set the lineup for Heat 2, brought to you by Regency Home Inspection. And here's the lineup. It's Steven Gollner on pole position in car number 30. Next to him, Superman Kurt Schatzer in the 218. Row number 2, Slide Job. Oh, the Slide Job tandem. Slide Job Scotty, Scott Rayom in the 4, and Slide Job Isaac Salas in the 5. Row number 3, it's Alex Pomelo in the 397. Next to him, Sean Green in the 271. Final driver on the grid, Bob DeGood in car number 7. So who is starting next? The Philly Flyer. We're about to find out. Green lights come on for Heat 2. Good start from Steven Gollner. Slides up on Kurt Schatzer. Opens the door, though, for the 218 and the 4. The FTM Express looking to go out to the point here. Slide job Scotty wasting no time and leads lap 1. Goldner up at the wall. Salas right behind him. As the 5 looks underneath, tries to throw the needle 3 wide. Contact between him and Schatzer. Look at this pack off the corner. Bob DeGood is just hoping a big wreck breaks out. Again, Goldner clips the wall in the corner. We're 4 wide in turn 2. Sean Green has to left to avoid an incident. And that was the smart decision by the 271, but there was nothing he could do, though. Goldner now crisscrosses on Salas for 3rd. Schatzer quickest lap, 15.99 for the race lead on Rayom. Goldner now with a sign. Can he go 2 for 1 just like what Rayom did? This time he can't. Halfway home, 4 up and 4 down for the 4. And now it's Isaac Salas, the quickest man on track at a 15.90. Watch the 2 go toe-to-toe in front. Schatzer just cannot get Rayom clear. Oh, contact between Goldner and Salas. They rub doors. Oh, my. And Salas with the favor and spins out the 30. Goldner just got way too aggressive and paid the price. He fought the law and the law won. 2 laps to go in Heat 2. Schatzer not giving up one bit on that front row starting spot. If he finishes 2nd, he'll have to start 5th tonight. He's a car length back on Scott Rayom, trying to set up the slider line off at turn number 2. He could have a chance. Nice bite, but Rayom has him cleared. Schatzer doesn't throw the slider in. Coming off the corner, slide job Scotty, your winner Heat 2. Schatzer 2nd, Salas 3rd, Pomelo 4th, Green 5th, DeGood 6th, and Goldner 7th. Final heat race set to go, brought to you by Maurer Farm Management. Randall Dixon, the Bandit, on pole position, the 011. Next to him, it's Sam Bachman in the 107. Row number two, Michael Vitale, the Jokester, in the 213, and 100 grand, Joseph Grandy in the 518. Row number 3, Randy Shreves in the 56, and B-Temp, Brandon Templeton in the 31. Final car in the grid tonight, the Desert Team, and Terry Landis in the 161. Winner starts the inside of row number 2. Green flag is out. Here we go for Heat 3. Four wide and the drop of the green flag. I don't know if this is going to last long. It didn't. Grandy on 2 wheels. Landis went around the 161. Meanwhile, I think it was Dixon that led the opening lap. Bachman around the outside for that top spot. Vitale just watching suit. Dixon leads lap 2. But the Bandit pretty good on the bottom. Just like how Murano was in the 358 feature. The big blocks is a completely different animal here. Cannot get Bachman cleared just yet. Templeton 4th, Randy Shreves rounds out the top 5. Bachman, top shelf where Mama hides the cookies. Can he get the race lead off for 4? Yes, he can. Halfway home, 4 up and 4 down. On board with Vitale. Top 3 cars all under a blanket for this race lead. Bachman's got the 011 clear with 3 to go. Drivers all really liking. Every groove is working pretty well, but it seems like the leaders, when they're not side by side, they want to run the bottom of this track. Not really setting in too much just yet, which is pretty good to see. This track is still very fast. Final lap underway for Bachman. The Full Throttle Motorsports 007. Came in the night 4th in points with a win on the season. Checkers wave. Bachman, your winner in Heat 3. Dixon 2nd, Vitale 3rd, Templeton 4th, Cherise 5th, Landis 6th, and Grandy 7th. Step aside here and go to break. When we come back, our 30-lap grand finale. Stay with us on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Final warm-ups continue here as we get ready to go. While we wait, look at the schedule coming up here next week on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Monday Night Madness at Lincoln Speedway with our open 358 modifieds and our Rebels and Renegades 360 sprints. That begins at 7 on Coast to Coast Racing Network. Tuesday night, Retread Tuesday with 360s at Lernerville and trucks at Daytona. Shaggy will have that at 7 o'clock. Wednesday night, we've got our hometown heroes at Charlotte with 360s and 410s. Shaggy will have that at 7:45. Finally, we have Thursday Night Thunder, small blocks and big blocks at USA. That can be seen right here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. I'll have the coverage at 7 o'clock. Halloween on Thursday night. So we get set to go for battle here as we're past the halfway point in the season. 22 drivers for 30 laps. Here is the RSN trackside starting lineup. On the pole, the Philly Flyer, Trevor Drew in the 075. Next to him, it's Slide Job Scotty, Scott Riome in the 4. Row number 2, Sam Bachman in the 007, and Dylan Kinsey in the 639. Row 3, Superman, Kurt Schatzer in the 218, and it's Randall Dixon, the Bandit, in the 011. Row number 4, it's the Ant-Man, Anthony Morano in the 32, and Slide Job, Isaac Salas in car number 5. Rounding out the top 10 here tonight, that's Michael Vitale, the Jokester, our 358 winner in the 213, the big dog, Ryan Beagle, in the 84. Row 6, Alex Pablo in the 397, and B10, Brandon Templeton in the 31. Row 7, the Bruton Beats, Jeff Barker in the 513, and Sean Green in the 271. Row number 8, Randy Shreves in the 56, and Gavin Chatham in the 99. The rest of the field tonight, Bobby Good, Stephen Goldner, row number 9. I'm sorry, Bobby Good, Terry Landis, row 9. Chris Salvi, Stephen Goldner, row number 10. Joseph Grandy and Michael Vecchio round out the grid this evening. Picks to win here tonight. I'm going to go with Dylan Kinsey from 4th. Looked really good in the 358. I think he'll do a good job in the big block. Steve King Foundation pace car on pit road. 22 cars, 30 laps. Final time, it's time to shake and bake. Because where else would you rather be than right here, right now, from coast to coast? A Canadian and American bring us to green as showtime at Charlotte. Flatline Racing Bodies, green flag waves for 30 laps around the dirt track at Charlotte. Trevor Giroux leads the opening lap, followed by Scott Rayol and Sam Bachman. Kinsey fourth, side by side. Oh! Rayol took out Giroux, and here we go. A big wreck breaks out. Templeton up in the air. Oh my goodness, it's only lap 2, and the top 2 took each other out. I think Rayol's got damage in the 4, and he does. He has lost a tire. What on earth broke out here? Rayol. Oh, no, that was clearly net code from that angle. Rayol was not trying to get into Giroux, and guess what? The internet thought so otherwise. Trying to see if we can get a good on board with Rayol. Oh, yeah, clearly net code. Let's go, Brandon Templeton. Nowhere to go, one bit. Well, it's only lap 2 of the feature, and things are getting interesting. I wonder if we're trying to make up for the lack of cautions we had in the 358s. All right, we'll come back to green. 2 laps will be complete. It's an all FTM front row. Bachman and Kinsey now will bring the field to green, and it's an FTM top 3 at the moment with Solis 4th and Ryan Beagle in 5th. Here we go. Bachman slides up in front of his teammate, takes the race lead away. Now comes Morano underneath the 639. These two were battling with Vitali for the race win, the 358 one. And that was a really good, hard race between the two. Solis in 4th was very quiet back in that small block race. Running in that 4th position. Around the outside, Morano. Can he take away the bottom step of the podium? The 5 edges out to 32. Vitali now has moved up to 5th. He has passed the big dog, Ryan Beagle, Green, Shreves, Pomelo, all in this mess as well. Kinsey for the lead on Bachman. The 107 got a little bit tight in turns 3 and 4, but Bachman still leads. Kinsey throws it in for the race lead in turn 2, and he's got it. But now Solis looks low on the 107. And the 5 up to P2. Top 4 drivers all under a blanket. Vitale trying to close in. Salas downstairs. Ooh, great exit by the FTM teammates. This is getting good, and now Vitale all over the bumper of Morano. Morano near contact with Salas for third. And now he wants to get the bottom cooking. Ooh, nearly pinches Salas in the wall. Again, these two teams know how to race each other good. Race each other really close, but find a way to keep it clean. The Jokester takes advantage. Up to fourth past Salas, a near bumper by the 5. Vitale trying to take away Morano's line for third. Up the hill went both. Vitale may have the advantage for third, and he takes it away. Salas again up in the wall. Could Ryan Beagle have the advantage? Now remember what happened between those two in the heat race on Monday night in open 358 action. Morano and Vitale continue to go door to door for third. This is some really good racing. Salas just hoping something happens between the two drivers as we watch for the Chapman Racing drone. Salas looks to go 2 for 1. We go to the 5-lap average for the first time tonight in big block action. And the top 2 are clearly the best 2 cars on the track, with Vitale in fourth, maybe the third best car. Last time by, Bachmann was the quickest driver on track, 16:01 by the 107. And he cut off 700ths that last time by. He is better in the last 3 laps. Bachmann could have a chance at this top spot soon on Dylan Kinsey. Steven Goldner, by the way, has crashed. No yellow, we stay under the green. The top 2 with a 1.3 second advantage on Morano, Salas, and Vitale. Now we go back to that. Morano back up to third as Salas edges out the Jokester for the 4th spot from the looks of it. We are halfway home this time by, 15 up and 15 down. Salas and Beagle both trying to get past the Jokester. There's the Salas send once again in turn 1. Vitale with a crisscross. As once again, he loves the bottom. Salas trying to make sure he doesn't have it. Beagle riding the wall for just a moment in turn 3. There is racing all over the 4/10 mile facility. Beagle dancing with a double off for turn number 2, barely with enough room, sliding the line in front of Sean Green. As you're back on board with the 84. Battle for the race lead though, guys. Jeff Barker, meanwhile, looks of it has crashed, but that may have been some neck code. He's still running on the track, and that is the case. We had a battle for the lead for just a moment. It's actually, I believe we may have had a lead change. Nope, we did not. Kinsey hanging on the race lead by a half second on Sam Bachmann for right now. Beagle even using the wall with some assistance is through past Vitale to 5th. Another look at the Chapman Racing drone. How about Joseph Grandy in 9th? Started back in 21st and has cracked the top 10. He doesn't want to be hitting the wall though, that's for sure. We have 10 laps to go of racing here at Charlotte. And the quickest car on track, folks, that 32 starting to cook Anthony Morano. Last time by was 2/10 quicker than Bachmann and about a 10th better than Kinsey. He takes off another 10th this time on Bachmann. Here is a look at those last 5 laps. You can clearly see Morano is cooking at the right time. But he's trying to make sure that FTM sweeps this podium. 8 laps to go. I tell you what, if I'm Morano or Bachmann, get those backup plans out for Dylan Kinsey if he wins this one. Looking for his first win of the season in a modified. I want to get a phone call set up with him. 6 laps to go for Kinsey. Half second up on Bachmann. Grandy now trying to get past Vitale for 6th. Would put him up 15 spots. This 518 has a hot rod. And if this were a 50-lap feature, he could possibly have something for the race leaders. 5 fingers up, 5 laps to go. Again, this is your best battle on the racetrack. Now can Grandy catch the big dog for 5th? As long as he doesn't wreck, without question, he'll be your hard charger of the night. 4 laps to go. Bachman trying to close the gap down, cut it down to 10th on Kinsey that last time by. But obviously the top 3 just want to make sure it's an FTM podium. Salas, though, could change it. Looking for 3rd on Morano. 3 laps to go. Last time by, Bachman better by 300ths. Tried to pull up to the doorstep of Dylan Kinsey. That didn't work, though. Couple of sparks off the 639. 2 fingers, 2 sticks in the air. 2 laps to go for Dylan Kinsey. Another 10th cut off. Oh, Elvie and Landis have crashed. Hold the phone. We are going into overtime. Well, we know it'll be a single file restart. We know that a freebie lap will come for Dylan Kinsey. You see Alvey catches the wall. Man, Realm, a good job dodging that one. Hit the opening. And Landis went nowhere to go. It's tough to tell if that's the yellow you want if you're Bachman, if you are Bachman here. Oh, that's a huge hit. Let's take a look at that from cockpit cam with Landis, because I don't think you saw him coming one bit. Yeah, it was just a blind spot pretty much. Major hit the Desert Demon takes. Only our 3rd caution of the night, so it's great to see how clean the drivers have raced so far. First of 2 attempts at overtime. If we get a yellow before the white, we'll try it again one more time. Kinsey, best restart we've seen from anyone tonight. Opens the gap up to a half second on Sam Bachman. Is that what gives him the win possibly? Morano hanging on for 3rd over Salas right now, but Espiegel trying to keep the 5th spot away. White flag is out. We are on the last lap. And it's Dylan Kinsey out in front. And the Full Throttle Motorsports, 6:39. This will be a phenomenal night for them, as they've got 1, 2, and 3 sweeping the podium. Dylan Kinsey, checkered flag. First win of the season, and he is literally speechless with his headset broken. And I hope Bachman and Morano each have a phone number for Kins. But first win of the season for Kinsey. Morano with his win in the big block extends the points lead on both Vitali and Giroux. Grandy, your biggest mover, up 15 spots to finish 6th. And a nice run, too, tonight for Trevor Giroux after getting spun on lap 2 while leading. Comes back to finish in 10th. Not too bad of a comeback. I think without question, he's got to be the heartbreak. As you look at the rest of the results here, Scott Rayom was running 2nd before that accident broke out. He finishes a lap down in 22nd. While we wait for our top 3, again, appreciate all of you for coming on out here tonight. And we are set to go here. Begin with Anthony Morano, our 3rd place finisher. First off, do you or Bachman have any way of getting in touch with Kinsey via phone? or no?
I don't have his number or anything like that. no.
Gotcha. I'll check with Bachman in just a moment. But how'd you feel about your race car as a whole tonight? What positives do you take away?
Man, it was a little bouncy out there. I was trying what I could, but I feel bad. I kind of slid up a little bit higher coming out of 2, I think it was, and pinched Isaac a little bit. But yeah, I was just bouncing around a lot, and then I finally figured something out how to get going, and I caught up to Sim and DK there, and then just ran out of talent, ran out of time. So I did what I could. Had a great race with Vitali there again. Guys, pretty damn good here. So that was a good race, but I don't think I had anything for anybody ahead of me. That's for sure.
Yeah, regardless of that, though, that was still some good, hard racing.
Yeah, it was a lot of good racing out there tonight. That was for sure.
Well, who do you want to give shout-outs to on the run?
I think my wife Sherry, the boys at FTM, Super Dare Car, Hi Mom Lens, Swan Speed Shop, DJ Sim Shop, Bowman's Designs, Extra Insulation, Casper Flagstone, MDI TV, GripHack.com, Marty for everything, all the broadcasting, Justified for sponsoring the division, and everyone here at Coast to Coast.
Alrighty, man. Well, congratulations. You get another third place finish, another podium. Nice job sweeping the night tonight with that.
Thank you, sir.
So Morano finishes in third. Let's go to Sam Bachman, our second place finisher. Sam, first off, I'm curious, is there any way you can get in touch with Kinsey by phone number or no?
I do not have his phone
Okay.
number, to be honest.
I guess I'll be doing the interview for DK then. But yeah, how'd you feel about your car, and did you want that caution with 2 to go?
My car felt really good, and no, I did not want that caution. I feel like towards the end of the race, before that caution, I was starting to reel in DK a little bit, and then that caution came out, and it kind of killed my momentum, and I think my tires may have sealed over a little bit. They were pretty cooked.
Yeah, it seems like they may have sealed under that last yellow, but at the same time, you were really catching up to Kinsey, though, in those final few laps.
Yeah, I just kept throwing it in a little deeper in 1 and 2, and I would get a really good entrance and mid exit, but then like going down the straightaways, that's where it really showed, and I didn't really have a good exit out there, but I was making it work, and that's when I started reeling them in a little bit, and just wish there wasn't a caution.
Well, hey, regardless, though, a great run, and FTM sweeps the podium. Who do you want to give shout-outs to tonight?
All the boys over at FTM, Gunner at Swan Speed Shop, he's really been working hard getting us some dig lately, and he's doing a good job. Dean over at Super Dirt Car Series, Expert Installation, Marty, you for broadcasting, and Coast to Coast.
Well, congratulations on another second-place run tonight, and hopefully we're talking to you once again next week.
Thank you.
Alrighty, so Sam Bachman finishes second, but I know he is definitely happy. But I know this guy, your winner, Dylan Kinsey, again, his headset's broken, so he's unable to join us. I know he's pretty happy about this one, so I guess, you know what, why not? Let's end it with a bang. I guess I'll do the interview for him. So, Dylan Kinsey, coming so close to that win. How'd you feel? How was this race car tonight? Man, oh man, was this car good? I wanted that 358 win badly, but oh well. Hey, I'll take the big block win at least. First modified win on a Thursday night. And hey, what better way to do it with an FTM top 3? That's for sure. Do you want that caution out or no? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what would have happened with the caution if Bachman would have caught me or not. Apparently, what I heard is tires sealed over possibly. But at the same time, we had a great restart pulled away. I felt like that's what did the job as long as we could hold the bottom and get the win. Well, hey, you finally got it. Fun fact, I was 2 for 2 on picks. I picked nope, actually, never mind. I wasn't 2 for 2. I got you, though, right, in the big blocks. So, but who do I give shout-outs to? And I want to thank the entire Full Throttle Motorsports gang, MDI TV, Swan Setup Shop, all my teammates for having great performances tonight. Again, we swept the podium, and just pan the car here. That's who else we'll thank. Super Dirt Car Series as well. Can't forget about them, that's for sure. I know Dean is somewhere having fun tonight, as well as Expert Insulation. Can't remember if there's anything else I'm forgetting, but thank you. So, all right, Dylan, congratulations. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. All right, that's my interpretation of Kinsey's interview. Again, his headset's broken, so unfortunately we cannot talk with him tonight. So that'll do it for us here on this Thursday night. Again, next week we are at USA International Raceway, so don't miss out on that. And then also Monday we'll be back on Monday Night Madness. I believe we were at Lincoln. Yes, that is the case. So that'll be on Slide Job Racing Network. So with that, we say goodbye for now. Thanks for joining us here on this Thursday night. On behalf of the Coast to Coast Racing League, all the fine drivers and sponsors, Roger Cronin and his great group of admins, I'm Ari Scala saying so long. Your winners tonight, Michael Vitale and Dylan Kinsey. So long, everyone.